Hi everyone, today I'm going to walk you through debugging a few Ajax requests. Before we get started on that though, I think it's quite a good question to ask ourselves what Ajax actually is. And that's where the user is able to send a request to a server or a website without actually having to refresh the page just to get a response. So this is it's nice that it's fast, it's so much easier to use, it's modern, all the new websites are going along with it, all the plugins do it in many instances, but it doesn't help if it doesn't work. And that's where we come in, we need to fix that quickly. So in this case, I found that when I try and add a marker to this map, I'm stuck with the message adding. That doesn't help much. I've refreshed the page prior and it didn't even add the marker to the map, so there must be something wrong along the way. So your first step in debugging this kind of thing is you're going to want to right click on the page and either click inspect, or if you want to use a keyboard shortcut you can use the F12 key or the Control-Shift-I combination. So by clicking that, I'm faced with a JavaScript error after I click on the console tab, and that doesn't really give me much because I need to know much more information about this, such as where is the Ajax call actually being made, a lot more information about that. So I'm going to click on the file linked to this, and I can see here that the return data, it's having an issue trying to convert that into a JSON string. So this seems to be done in the add_marker action. You're going to ideally look for this now in your PHP code. So in this case, we now know what the issue is. We're going to open the plugins PHP file, as we have here, and an Ajax request can be made in pretty much any PHP file. There's no set specific as to where it should be, so if you're not sure where it is, I'd recommend just doing a full search in the plugins file through your code editor, or in this case, if you know where it is like I do, you just go straight to that file. So we're now going to search for the add marker action in the PHP file. So as we can see here, it's the Ajax calls are being registered in WordPress. If I go a bit back, here I find that here is the post data that's actually handling the marker being added. So after looking for a bit, I found that this variable doesn't actually match what's being encoded and sent to the user. So we're going to fix that quickly. We're going to save it. We're going to go back to our browser. We're going to refresh the page. And let's see if that change helped. And there we go. We just debugged our first Ajax request. So we debugged our first issue. Now we're going to have a look at another way of debugging Ajax requests in this video. We still seem to be experiencing an issue adding our marker. Whenever we click add marker, we still get the adding message. So instead of looking at a JavaScript error this time, you'll notice that I kept the console, or the inspect element window open, and I had the network page open. And from there, you'll notice as I clicked add marker, a new Ajax request was made, and that was here. So you're going to want to click on that. You're going to see a whole bunch of headers, all information about what was sent to the server. You're going to want to look now at the preview. And this is what the PHP script actually returned to the JavaScript. And in this case, null. So that really doesn't give us much of an indication of what's wrong. So we're going to go back to our code editor. And we are going to enable the WPDB show errors method, and this will allow the plugin at least to print any of the JavaScript errors, or PHP errors, sorry, when adding a mark now. So we've done that. Let's refresh the page. We're going to see everything that does load on this page, but in the meantime, let's just wait for it to finish. Okay, so let's try add another marker. We're going to right click, There's our Ajax request. And we can see here now WordPress has actually given us a database error. This table doesn't exist. So we'll go back to our code editor. To my knowledge, that table doesn't exist either. So let us correct the table name. We'll save the file. So we're going to refresh the page. We're going to add our marker. Let's see if our fixes have helped. Oh, there we go. Our Ajax request went through. The page didn't have to reload. There's no new JavaScript errors from what we can see. The marker's been added to the marker listing and the map without any issues. And there we go. We fixed our issue.